Are you ready to redefine what it means to thrive at any age? Welcome to Age is Just a Number with BJ and Ruth. In your 40s, 50s, 60s, and beyond, you deserve to live your best life. Say goodbye to preconceived notions and let's shatter those stereotypes together. Get ready to own your vitality because age, well, that's just a number.
Hey everybody, it's BJ.
And Ruth.
And we're back, and today we are going to talk about muscle soreness. It's kind of, sometimes it's good, sometimes it's not good. We're going to talk about it in all of those contexts. But really what we want to talk about today is there's a belief that unless I'm sore after I work out, I didn't have a good workout. We're going to talk about, is that really true?
Okay.
And what does the science tell us, and how do we apply that to our training and what we're doing in the gym and stuff like that. So thank you for joining us. Please take a minute, subscribe to the video, subscribe to the channel and like our video. We are growing the community of like-minded individuals who we're all in our 40s, 50s, 60s. Well, we're not in our 60s, but
no.
And on.
50s are good.
Yeah, and on. And we are all about growing old gracefully.
Yeah.
So first of all, let's talk about muscle soreness. We call it delayed onset muscle soreness, or DOMS.
Or DOMS. I call it DOMS. Yeah.
So what happens is we go to the gym and we work out, and if we take our muscles past their structural ability and to the point where what happens is our immune system gets involved to repair the damage that we've caused.
Yeah, because if we've overexerted them, overworked them, they'll create little microscopic tears in the muscle fibers. Yep. And so in those healing, that's what increases our size and increases our...
So here's what we're going to find out. It doesn't necessarily increase our size because, we'll get to it. Okay, so we'll get to it. I don't want to jump ahead. So what the soreness that we feel is our immune system repairing the tears.
Those microscopic tears.
That's
yes,
right.
Which we call it DOMS, which is a typically 24 to 48 hour window. Yeah.
So there's a good side to muscle soreness. There's a bad side to muscle soreness. So good muscle soreness is caused. We might be increasing the volume of our workouts. We've increased the weights that we're using. There's something we've done to increase the intensity. Maybe we've added some exercises that we didn't do before, so our body's adjusting to different angles, things like that. Those are all good. The other side of it is you could end up with muscle soreness because of bad form.
Yeah. Injury.
Sure.
Yeah.
Injury, bad form, improper exercise choice. There are some exercises that just you shouldn't be doing, period, but certainly not as we head into our 40s, 50s, 60s, just because they have different effects on different parts of our body that aren't really relevant or necessary for us.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the bad side of it. The good side is, obviously, we've gone to the gym, we've worked out, we've pushed our bodies to the point where now the repair is going on, and it's enough repair work going on that we are feeling the soreness.
Yeah.
So here's the question. Do we have to be sore in order to have had an effective workout? The true test of whether we have an effective workout regime is, are we growing? Are we getting stronger? Are we adding reps in our workouts? Mm-hmm. Because that means our body is responding by building muscle, adding muscle, whatever the case might be.
Yeah.
So let me give you an example. Somebody might say, well, I go to the gym and I work out and my chest is never sore, but they continue to get stronger in their bench press and in their chest exercises. Their chest continues to fill out and look better. Well, then that person, I would say, you don't need to go harder. What we want to find is, what is the minimum you need to do at the gym so that your body responds by the adaptive process, which is growing and everything else. Mm-hmm. And we're going to talk about a part of that too, which is you also need to look at your recovery process for muscle soreness and things like that. Okay? Because here's the other side of muscle soreness. You can have like two extreme. the muscle soreness is you've hit the muscle so hard, all your body's got time to do is repair the damage, but you're not really growing. It's just trying to keep you above water.
Yeah.
Right? So that's not a good thing either. So we need to find where that balance point is, so that if you say, well, I'm having, I'm going to let's use the chest example. Okay. I'm working on chest. I'm not sore, and I don't really see, I'm working out. My nutrition's good. My sleep is good, but I'm not seeing any real change in my strength, in my reps, or in how my chest looks. Well, at that point, we would say, okay, now we can say, let's up something.
Up something, either
So
up
it's
the reps or up
right,
the weight.
the volume or the weight, gradually, and as that, and then you'll probably start to feel a little bit of soreness, and you'll see the response as well. But if it's the other way around, and you're doing all those things like we said, and you're seeing progress, then there's no point in increasing anything so that you're feeling muscle soreness necessarily.
And I think a lot of times what I've come across is people want to see change. They want to see improvement, but they're so afraid of working out and creating soreness that they stick within same weights, the same volume, same everything, and so they've hit that plateau, but they keep themselves within it.
Yeah.
Well, sometimes, you have, in order to see improvement in strength or in your body composition, you have to push beyond that.
If nothing's changing, you're going to have to
increase
something,
something,
make some difference.
Yeah.
And understand also, as we age and into 50s, 60s, and so on, you have to take into account the recovery time that your body needs after the workout. So if you're sore, let's say I've done chest, and it's I do chest on Monday. So let's say I did chest, and I do chest again on Thursday, and my chest is still sore, or just not sore, and it's a little tender. I'm probably better served to give myself some extra.
Another day.
Yeah.
Another day.
Or maybe just skip that week's second chest workout altogether, and I do that once in a while, depending on how I'm feeling, and just go the next time.
Yes, because soreness is your body's way of talking to you. It's communicating to you. So I've always said, if I'm coming in to train a muscle group and it's still sore, I'm not going to train it. I'm going to honor that, and so my body's telling me we're still healing. It's the indicator is that soreness. So yeah.
The thing is, here's the thing: more is not better. Sometimes more is just more.
Well,
and there's no better.
Sometimes more is worse. Actually,
yeah. Well, then that's the thing I was going to say, and it actually becomes counterproductive to our growth.
Yeah.
Because our body has to have time to recuperate, recover, rebuild from what we've done, and that doesn't happen at the gym. Here's the part I want to get to as well, and we're going to close with this. Is you need to look at what your outside of the gym protocol looks like. What does nutrition look like for you? Here's a huge one. Again and again and again, I see this, and we've talked about this several times. What about sleep? Mm-hmm. What about sleep? And I watched something very interesting about sleep, and we all know we've done this. We've shortchanged ourselves on sleep and then caught up on the weekend sometimes, right? And you may catch up, but you know what happens? You don't actually make up that time during the week where you could have added muscle, but you were sleep deprived, so your body wasn't focusing on adding muscle. You don't get that by the weekend when you sleep in again. Right. So it's about consistently putting in that sleep time when it's time, consistently making sure you're putting in quality nutrition and your protein intake is good, and you're consistent with your calories. Because if you want to add muscle and you're not in some slight calorie surplus, nothing's going to happen, right? So, but to wrap up where we started and where we wanted to get to about muscle soreness, because there's this whole thing about, remember the whole no pain, no gain thing? Right? And we used to be like, if I'm not almost debilitated sore, we didn't have a good workout. Well, that's not true at all. The amount of work required for you to grow in the gym is what we need to identify. And that's not just from the workout, but that's also from the nutrition after the workout, from your sleeping, from all of those things, from stress management.
How much water have you had? Your water intake? Are you slightly dehydrated, or are you well hydrated? It all factors in.
Yeah. Yeah. And here's another big one is, and why sleep is a big part of it, is also stress management. Because when you're under stress, your brain starts to take resources that it would use for creative ability, for creative thinking, for example, growing muscle and things like that, and your immune system, and it starts to take those resources and put them just towards the survival instinct. Because the deal is simple. If you're going to get attacked by a lion, your brain says, yeah, it doesn't matter if you get a cold next week or the week after. We're going to shut down that part of things so that we can get your feet going as fast as they need to go, right? So again, the stress management one. I think we've talked about that. We'll probably do some more things about that as well. But real practically then, you can use soreness as a good gauge to know that you've hit the muscles.
And me personally, I always use the catchphrase, I want to be pleasantly sore.
Yeah.
I don't want to be where I can't function, I can't walk. I don't want to knock myself out of the park that way, but I want to be pleasantly sore. I want to, that to me is my indicator that, I got it, I hit it, but I'm not incapacitated.
Right. And sometimes I'm not sore after a workout. But when I log all my lifts and everything, but when I log my lift at my next workout for that body part, I'll see that I'm making progress.
You're still increasing.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm still making progress. So it doesn't matter that I'm not sore. Sometimes I am sore. But in and of itself, just being sore doesn't mean you've hit it out of the ballpark and now you're going to have a great response. Is being sore part of it? Absolutely. You can rest assured if you are a good sore, that you hit the muscles.
Yeah.
Now it's recover. Now it's go home and rest and recover and all those things. So thank you for joining us today. Appreciate you being part of what we're doing. Again, take a minute, subscribe to the channel, like the video, helps us out. If you know anybody that would, get some value out of this, let them know.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay. See ya.
Bye.